Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duck Bricks. I'm Chris, and today we are going to be taking a look at a custom LEGO Ninjago Mech, a reimagined legacy version of Kai's Fire Mech. First released in 2013, Kai's Fire Mech was one of the smallest LEGO Ninjago mechs ever released, which you can see all the way up there, just that little one right there. But now it has been fully reimagined by the incredible builder Brick Legends, who has taken the original concept of the model and turned it into a better, bigger, reimagined legacy version of the mech itself. This is a really cool reimagining of a classic LEGO Ninjago 2013 set, and I'm really excited to be able to showcase it for all of you. If you don't know who Brick Legends is, he has built a ton of custom LEGO Ninjago mechs that I've even reviewed on this channel, like the Preeminent right here. Really cool how that's an actual full-on LEGO model, as well as a ton of LEGO buildings as well from Ninjago, like the Cloud Kingdom and Merlopia here. He is the source of a ton of phenomenal LEGO Ninjago mechs, and I can't wait to review yet another one for the collection. Thank you to Brick Legends for sending me the instructions to all of his builds. I certainly have my eye on a lot more of them, like the UCS Destiny's Bounty, but for now, let's jump into a review of the Legacy Reimagined Kai's Fire Mech. Alright, so this is Kai's Fire Mech from Brick Legends, and this is the original Kai's Fire Mech set from 2013, the Ninjago Final Battle Wave. I'm going to focus the review on the primary mock first, and then we'll do some comparisons near the end of the video, because I just love when Brick Legends takes an existing LEGO set and makes it so much more accurate to the source material. Now, first of all, in terms of posability, you have a pretty standard range of posability. It's actually a basically identical range compared to the original one. You can move the legs back and forth, splay them side to side, as well as rotate the feet on ball joints, which you can see right there, which is a really nice detail to be done for the model itself. You can move the arms up and down. Unfortunately, it is using two of the rarest and most expensive CCBS shells, which only came in G2 Uniter Tahu, so I had to steal them off of my copy for this review, but you can see that's what this looks like right here. There is a function on the gun here, which allows you to actually shoot flames out of the machine gun style shooter attachment with a gear attachment on the back there, which is really a lot of fun. And one thing that I find really impressive about the model is how it manages to incorporate the somewhat angular rolling round shoulder elements that are very iconic parts of the model itself into the actual build. Overall, this is a model that is incredibly accurate to the source material, right down to the way that the different mechanical details are included on the back and sides of the model itself. You have these Sword of Fire type detailings on the top here. It is a remarkably accurate model and one that is incredibly fun to play with. I always liked the Kai Fire Mech build because it felt very unique to have the minifigure pilot situated much lower near the waist and then have a much taller upper part that felt like it had a very dynamic silhouette, and this just pushes that aesthetic to the extreme. I really love the way the shoulders are done. In particular, you have a little bit of mechanical detail integrated into the model itself, but overall you do have a place for Kai to be mounted and seated, which is really great, and you can get it in all sorts of really fun and cool poses as well. Now, the model by Brick Legends proposes a small side build for the Stone Army to battle this model, but personally, I just really wanted to focus in on the mech. Now, the instructions for this are available. You can click the link in the description below. They're currently being sold by Brick Legends, but he was kind enough to actually send them to me for free, and I wanted to put together this model for review, and so thank you so much to Brick Legends for doing this. Now, this is a really interesting and fun looking mech. It definitely is a lot more accurate to the show itself, and I feel like right now it makes sense to do some comparisons with the original model right here. Now, Kai's Fire Mech in 2013 is a very CCBS oriented model. You use a lot of CCBS limbs from the Bionicle and Hero Factory system, and I was really happy with how they were starting to integrate those into LEGO system sets, but this just pushes the envelope even more. You can see the general details of the design are still there. You've got the big rounded shoulders, the swords on the top, the minifigure mount mounted near low down the bottom, kind of in the middle waist area, but everything has been completely overhauled to give a lot more detail and a lot more personality to the mech itself. Instead of just using these standard CCBS limbs for the legs, they're actually fully brick built, allowing for a lot more intricate mechanical detail, even when it comes down to silver ingots on the back here. Overall, I love the way that they integrated the claw elements, particularly the golden knife elements introduced for the Ninjago Hunted Wave in silver, but later in gold for the Ninjago Legacy Wave the next year, which is a really good way to mimic the original claw of the set, while giving it its own original and unique personality and making it something that looks a lot closer to how it looked in the show itself.
Overall, this is a really fantastic upgrade of the mech, and I would not be surprised if you had told me that this was a Ninjago Legacy set. I would have 100% believed it that this was a modern remake of this. And that's part of the reason why I love Brick Legends MOCs so much. They genuinely feel like official LEGO sets. They're very playable, they come together really nicely, the instructions are really nicely put together, and they just feel like they belong in the LEGO portfolio as actual Ninjago sets, which is a pretty rare skill that not a lot of MOCs have to make something that feels like it could be a LEGO set. Of course, not everything is perfect. The one thing I do want to note is that it is a little bit hard to position the flamethrower piece because it does actually conflict with the way the armor is mounted here. You can kind of only bend it this much, which is not a huge deal, but just something I wanted to point out in terms of the articulation. A similar thing happens for the hand, although thankfully you do have a little bit more articulation because there aren't armor pieces on the side that do conflict with the armor piece on the upper arm. It's just something I did want to mention, but it's not that big of a deal. I would have also liked it if the legs were mounted on ball joints. I think that would have been really cool, because it would have allowed you to get a little bit more dynamic in your posing, especially with the dynamic poses that you can accomplish with the Kai Mech from 2013. But I also do understand that that actually does give you a lot more stability by making it ratchet joints, and so they definitely had to make some compromises in the way it was done. Overall, I definitely do really love this model. It was also fairly cheap to put together. I think the pieces altogether, aside from the two expensive Tahu pieces, cost me around $20 to $30, so it actually was a pretty affordable model to recreate, especially because I just took these pieces off of my current set for the review, and overall, I'm very pleased with this particular model. I hope that Brick Legends will continue to remake classic Ninjago MOCs like this one in the future, and that's all I have to say for this mini LEGO review. Just really well done to Brick Legends. I feel like this is a distinct upgrade that makes it feel so much more like the TV show, and I can't wait to put out even more custom LEGO Ninjago Fanon review MOCs in the future.
Alright, and with that, we have summed up our look at Kai's Fire Mech, reimagined as a Ninjago Legacy set that never was. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of the model? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? How would you change, if there's anything that you would change about the model itself? Or do you think that it's pretty much the perfect reimagining of the original 2013 set? Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon, and bye for now.